Hi everybody, Joe here from SHUTTERSPEAK Photography. Very nice to see your smiling faces again here on YouTube. Today I'd like to talk to you about neutral density filters for your Nikon Z camera. In case you don't know what a neutral density filter is, it's a filter that cuts out light from entering the camera's sensor, allowing you to use longer exposure times than you would normally be able to. Typically, you're going to see them used for shots around waterfalls, beaches, and rivers. They produce a very dreamy, soft effect where the water appears almost milky soft. There are a few different types of neutral density filters on the market. Some clip on at the end of your lens, others are screw-on filters, and some the kind that go before the camera sensor. In this video, I will be demonstrating the Kase ND filters that go in front of your camera sensor. Now normally I would ask you to subscribe at this point, but today I want to ask you something different. I've teamed up with TWIRL to briefly ask you for help. Our oceans, rivers, and beaches are full of plastic trash. It's estimated that there are 200 million tons of plastic already circulating in marine environments, with an estimated 11 million tons entering the ocean every year. Pollution from bottles, bags, straws, and abandoned fishing gear is a health crisis for our entire planet. So we're going to remove the equivalent of 30 million pounds of trash from our oceans, rivers, and beaches. So today, myself and a whole bunch of other YouTubers are asking our audiences to donate to TWIRL in an effort to raise $30 million in order to remove 30 million pounds of plastic from our oceans. When you donate to TWIRL, every $1 that you donate will remove 1 pound of plastic from our oceans. So is all of the money going to the nonprofit partners? Well, yes. Every single dollar TWIRL raises will go directly to these two solutions-oriented, not-for-profit organizations, Ocean Conservancy and the Ocean Cleanup. They will split the funds 50-50. So if you'd like to donate, please visit teamseas.org. Thanks for that. Now, back to ND filters. So, why do I love these ND filters by Kase? Well, first off, they will literally work with any Nikon Z lens that you own, or your F lenses as well with the F to Z adapter. So you only need to buy one set. That alone makes them worth it. So let me show you how they clip in at the sensor, and I'll show you some of the effects they can produce. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the Kase Neutral Density Filter Kit. Okay, it comes with 3 neutral density filters. Okay, this is the ND8. So the ND8, when inserted into the camera, will remove 3 stops of light, making it 3 stops darker. It comes with an ND64, which makes it 6 stops darker when inserted, and an ND1000, which makes it 10 stops darker. Don't ask me why they use those names. It would have just been easier to say 3, 6, 10, but that's just not the way photography works. It also comes with this little guitar pick, which I've never used, to help remove the filter from the camera. And it comes with this nice little suction cup, which I use all the time for inserting these into the camera. So where do they go? They go right here at your camera sensor. So just squeeze and pick it up with the suction cup, place it right on there, and then squeeze again, and it will come right off. Now at this point, you can put on any lens you want. It can be an F-mount lens, it can be a Z-mount lens, it can be this Nikon 14-24 with 112 millimeter filter thread, it can be your 82 millimeter 24-70, or it can be this 24-70 with the 72 millimeter thread. It doesn't matter. Again, you can use Nikon F glass with the F to Z adapter, just put it on, and at this point you are ready to go. Okay, so I put the 3 stop neutral density filter in there, so I've now cut 3 stops of light out. If I want to take it out, same thing. Just take off the lens, squeeze the suction cup, place it on there, and it comes right out. And squeeze again, and there you go. So it's real simple to use. So one of the things that I've heard people say is, well, I'm afraid I will damage my sensor. Again, I just don't really see that. I've used this quite a bit now, like I said, and you really need to go out of your way to damage the sensor. It's the exact size. Actually, it's a little bit bigger. So you really have to go out of your way to damage your sensor by putting this in incorrectly. It's almost impossible to even fit it into that opening because it actually covers the entire opening and around the opening as well. So again, not much chance that you're going to damage your sensor using these. But hey, I understand that people don't want to risk that. And if that's something that you don't want to risk, well then your alternative, of course, is buying neutral density filters that will fit all of these different size lenses, provided that you want to use all of these different lenses, and of course that would be extremely costly. So this is a great way to save a lot of money. They produce phenomenal results. And hey, speaking of which, let's take a look at some pictures. All right, so here's a few sample shots. Now this first shot is with no neutral density filter. It's at a 400th of a second, and that's shot actually at f/16. And you know, again, you can see even at f/16, we're still hitting a 400th of a second because we're in broad daylight. And you can see back here, we're stopping motion in this waterfall, but it's not that soft kind of creamy, dreamy effect that we were looking for, and we're certainly not seeing it here in the water. So now let me show you the next image. Now this is with the ND 1000, which is 10 stops of light being blocked out, and we're looking at a 13-second exposure. And now you can see how smooth the water has become. You can see the reflection now in the water, and if you take a look at the waterfall in the background, you'll see it's got that soft, milky, creamy feel to it that we're kind of looking for, and that's the effect that the neutral density filter can give us. Taking another look, again, same thing here. We have that creamy, milky effect and the smooth water. This is 10 seconds and maybe a little bit too overexposed here. It's actually not overexposed. If you look at the histogram, it's actually not overexposed, but it's still a little too hot here, and maybe bringing things back a little bit, maybe 8 seconds might have helped the shot out and made it a little bit better. This one and the one previous was edited in Photoshop just to remove some distractions, so a pipe and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just straight up Lightroom edits. There's no smoothing or anything else like that going on from Photoshop. This is the effect created strictly by the neutral density filter. And here's a shot from the beach, and again, it's this is a 1.3 second exposure, so we're really just slowing down the waves just a tiny bit, and again creating that kind of smooth, soft look that you might be going for. And again, you know, if we had some rocks or something like that, this is California, I'm in Florida, so I don't have that rocky shoreline where you can, you know, get the water swirling around the rock at the beach, which probably a 1 or a 1.5 second, 2 second exposure time as that water wraps around, you know, a rock or something like that would be wonderful, but just not available in my part of the world. So I'm going to give you this soft image. But again, now you're taking a look at just what a little soft image can do here. And this is with the ND64, so we're cutting 6 stops of light from this image. Okay, so there you have it. There's a couple of samples for you of what this baby can do. Okay, folks, so that's everything. I will, of course, leave a link in the video description to this product so that you can take a look at it online, the Kase Neutral Density Filters. But more importantly, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and most importantly, thanks for taking the opportunity to listen about teamseas.org. And if you feel that you want to donate, I'll leave a link down below. please remember that for every $1 that you donate, you're actually removing 1 pound of plastic and trash from our oceans. $5 removes 5 pounds. $10 removes 10 pounds of plastic. So if you'd like to consider donating, I give you my heartfelt thanks in advance. I myself will absolutely be donating, and this is just something that's incredibly important for all of us. Microplastics are found pretty much in every river, stream, lake, and ocean in the world currently. Fish ingest these microplastics. We ingest the fish, and so we in turn are also ingesting these microplastics. It's incredibly important, so please get behind this incredibly worthwhile endeavor, and let's get 30 million pounds of plastic out of the oceans. Thank you for considering that, and thank you to every other YouTuber out there who's also participating in this. It's incredible what we can accomplish with the power of social media. So hey, thanks again, YouTube. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.